We've just had some really cool news from the Blizzard developer team regarding the 9.1.5 update. The PTR is next week and we're gonna get some really cool quality of life changes. Hey guys, my name is Rach Darling. I am a World of Warcraft streamer and content creator, and today I'm going to bring you guys the news that you may have missed over the last couple of days regarding this week in World of Warcraft. So to start off, I obviously have to talk about the 9.1.5 update, which the PTR is coming out for next week. I think the majority of this video is going to be about that, so buckle up. There's some things we got to talk about. First of all, now, those of you who, like me, kind of stuck to one covenant throughout the entire Shadowlands expansion because you're just sort of either too stubborn or too afraid to swap, and therefore have kind of only experienced the Shadowlands story through that specific covenant, that's about to change. So the Blizzard developer team have announced that once you reach a high threshold, you will be able to switch among any of the 4 covenants without any cooldown or restriction. This is amazing because I have been playing Revendreth, so Venthyr, throughout the entire expansion. As a Night Elf, I want to know what happens to Elune. I know that there's a cinematic about Elune with the Night Elves and about Teldrassil, and I know bits and bobs, but because I don't play as a Night Fae Covenant member, I have no idea what's happened. So I know what I'm doing over the next few weeks on my stream. I'm going to play through the Night Fae Covenant without any kind of penalty, which is amazing. On top of that, you're actually able to use any cosmetic rewards that you've acquired over your Shadowlands experience, regardless of what covenant you belong to. So for example, I really like my Venthyr armor set, and I can still continue to use that even when I switch to Night Fae. Or for yourself, if you're Maldraxxus and you want to switch to Kyrian, you can then collect all the Kyrian cosmetics and take it back with you over to Necrolord. So we're able to use each other's covenant cosmetic rewards, which is amazing. Like, everyone is really pumped for this, including myself, because there's so many things that you can't get when you're stuck to one specific covenant. You miss out on so much. So now this opens a whole bountiful feast for those of you who like collecting cosmetics. I don't know whether or not this refers to mounts as well. It doesn't specifically say. It just says cosmetic rewards. But I'm kind of hoping that once you've unlocked a mount through one covenant and you switch back, you might be able to still retain the use of using that mount. But it doesn't actually say in this blue post, so I guess we have to wait until the PTR actually comes out next week. On the topic of covenants, if you've already played through your covenant narrative on your main character, and then you want to take your ult through that covenant once again, you don't have to play through the narrative. Nope. In fact, it actually gives you the 3rd soulbind and the renown equating to that for free. You don't need to play through the full narrative arc in order to unlock it all over again. So it's quite similar to the Threads of Fate leveling experience from 50 to 60. Instead of going through each and every covenant narrative when you're leveling through Shadowlands, you're actually able to just do the world quests and level up that way. It's a similar story. They've brought it to max level characters. So if you want to switch covenant and you've already played that covenant narrative, it's just going to give you a skip. Pretty cool. They're also getting rid of conduit energy. Now, conduit energy is something that doesn't really affect most players. In fact, I've never come into an issue where covenant energy has ever affected me because I am a lock it and leave it type player. I will look at what I need to set and then keep everything the same and never change anything. So conduit energy has never bothered me. But people who min-max, people who engage in multiple different content types, who need to adapt their conduits depending on what type of content they're playing, so keystones or raiding or PvP, they are the guys who have been penalized by conduit energy. They've been strapped down by it, and for no reason whatsoever. I remember a year ago, before Shadowlands was released, people were saying, why is this a thing? This shouldn't be in the game. And now finally Blizzard has listened, and they've even said themselves that they should have taken a different direction a year ago. A majority of players largely ignored the system and are unaffected by it, while the minority who want to engage in multiple content types competitively feel constrained by it. So they've completely got rid of conduit energy. Good times. Another awesome thing that's hit the blue post is solo island expedition queuing. So if you aren't aware, similar to myself, Island expeditions was a really great way to collect cosmetics, pets, mounts, and toys back in BFA, and people still do island expeditions just because of the sheer amount of collectibles that are there for them to take. Now, the issue was that you needed people to queue with back then, and I remember doing a couple of island expeditions with my friends, but if I didn't have my friends, the queues were ages. Now what they're doing for 9.1.5 is that they're actually introducing an option to be able to solo queue island expeditions, which opens a huge amount of opportunity for people who still want to collect the island expeditions things. And if you don't know anything about island expeditions, you should probably Google it, because if you're a collector, there's so many things for you to get. I mean, even I'm kind of tempted to do some solo island expeditions queues myself. I think that would be really fun to do on stream. We also got a first look at the Lightforged Draenei and Nightborn customizations. So just from a glance of what they've given us, we can see that the Lightforged Draenei have got new plates and I think new head. Forgive me, I don't play Lightforged Draenei or Nightborn, so I don't know what's new or what's added, but you have different variations of the plating for the Lightforged Draenei, and for the Nightborn, it seems like their eyes have actually changed shape depending on what face you choose, and also the tattoos that they get as well. So that's some really cool kind of like cosmetic quality of life changes. It seems like 9.1.5 is the patch that Blizzard have decided to give back to us players, because obviously a lot of things have been negative and have been shadowing the positive outlook on World of Warcraft recently. So in an attempt to kind of give back to us in as much as they can, they're giving us this patch, which I'm really excited for, to be honest. There's a lot of really cool changes, and for me personally, I'm really excited to give the new Covenant narratives a go. I finally get to find out what's happened to Elune. Like, what happened with Elune? What actually happened with Elune? I need to find out. As for nerfs or buffs this week, we do have a couple of things regarding covenants and raids. So for Necrolords, there is an issue resolved where Kevin's oozling would last longer than it normally should, and he would also remain after swapping Soulbind. So now that's been revised and it's been resolved, so going forward into the new week, that won't be an issue anymore. In terms of Sanctum of Domination, we have a fix for Painsmith. There was an issue where players affected by Priest Spirit of Redemption would trigger Flame Clasp traps. That's been fixed, so no more. We have a priest in our raid, actually, that likes to cause a few griefing issues out of funsies. So unfortunately, you can't do that anymore, Rob. So unlucky. Sylvanas has had an issue fixed as well, causing Rage, hello, to cancel the channel effect of the Shaman Fey transfusion. It's actually kind of funny, when this got announced, I got tagged in it in my Discord, and people were asking why I was cancelling the Shaman Fey transfusion. But yeah, you know. It's a meme. Anyway, there we have it. So they are the fixes and the nerfs for this week going into the new week of Shadowlands. So I hope you're excited for the coming changes in Shadowlands. I definitely am. Thank you very much for watching this video, and if you enjoyed it, please give it a like, because it tells YouTube algorithm that it's a good worthy video to be shared around, and subscribe if you like my face and you want to hear more about World of Warcraft. I live stream on Twitch every Sunday, Monday, Tuesday, and Wednesday from 12 UK time. We have 2 time zones depending on what time of the year it is, so either GMT or BST. I have no idea which one we're in. Thank you so much for watching. I hope you have a lovely rest of your day, and I'll see you all in the next video. Bye! Baby, give it up, give it up. Baby, give it up. Baby, give it up, give it up. Baby, give it up.